Okay, so like I was telling, whenever you have any new molecule, okay, or any new derivative, so that time what you need to do, you don't know that whether your drug is safe or not. So for that you have to go for the toxicity studies. Okay. So in that toxicity study, you have three types of toxicity, which first one is known as acute, second one is known as subacute, and third one is known as chronic. Okay. So in this all three cases, what will happen? All three are the integral part of the toxicity, but the duration make the difference. Okay, like acute toxicity study you have for 48 hours only, or you can say 2 days, whereas subacute study will be performed for 28 days, and chronic study will be performed for 90 days. Okay, so therefore what will happen, like duration only make the difference. Okay, acute, subacute, chronic. So what is the main difference in duration also? See, why we perform acute? To initially identify whether drug is highly toxic or not. Okay, like 48 hours observation you will have, only 48 hours, because in that 48 hour you will see after the giving the drug from the particular route. Okay, you will see, like after 2 hours observation you will see whether animal are showing any extra activity, like they are having more sleep, they are having more saliva, they are having more this lacrimation. Okay, they are having more diarrhea, whatever the parameter will be there, you will identify that for the 2 hour observation. Okay, once 2 hour observation you will identify that animal are normal, then you will not do any activity apart from that, and then you will observe immediately after 48 hour. In 48 hour what you will observe, you will observe for the lethal dose in 50% population. Lethal dose 50%, nothing but that animal, like you have 6 animal in a particular group, you will identify whether all 6 are safe or there is any mortality. Okay, mortality in the sense, if out of 6, if 3 animal are died, even though that time also.
Sir, sir, your voice is breaking, sir.
I am trying
So
full.
we are not getting what you are telling.
Okay, Now is proper,
Yes, sir.
Sandeep?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Now
okay.
okay, sir. Now fine.
Okay, okay. Sorry for the delay, inconvenience. See, that's what I was talking about this toxicity study. Okay. So main difference between these three, as I told you earlier, like you could not able to hear, that there is a difference only between these three toxicity studies duration. First of all, like acute toxicity study will be for 2 days. In 2 days, what you will perform that once you will give the any new drug to the animal, first 2 hour you will perform the observation like excess, okay, excess level of salivation, lacrimation, diarrhea, sleep, respiration, all those things you will see for the first uh, 2 hours. Okay, once in 2 hours whatever observation you find out, you will write in your observation that whatever the changes has been occur. Okay, after that what you will do, after that 48 hours again you will check the same animal, and you will I see whether any mortality is there or not. Okay, means death is there or not. Okay, so in death what you will see, we always observe this LD50 parameter. LD50 nothing but lethal dose in 50% population. Okay, so in that 50, lethal dose 50%, what we see after 48 hours, if like 6 animal will be there in a group. Okay, so then you will see that all six should be safe. Your main motto will be that all 6 animals should be safe. But if there is a death of 2 animal or 3 animal, till then also you will consider that particular dose will be safe. Okay, but if there is a 4 animal die out of 6 in the particular group, so you will consider that dose will be a toxic dose, and further you will not proceed for study of that particular molecule. Okay, this is what the acute toxicity. Okay, in then subacute toxicity study will be for 28 days. Same parameter you will observe like salivation, lacrimation, diarrhea, all those things. Okay, for 28 days. Okay, and also you will look for the LD50. But here one more extra thing will be there, you will perform at the end of 28 days histopathology study. Histopathology nothing but you will isolate vital organs like kidney, heart, liver, pancreas, all those things, and you will send for the histopathology, that you will identify whether there is any structural changes happen due to the new drug doses for the 28 days. Okay, if there will be a no major destruction in the vital organ, then you will carry on the same drug and you will consider that particular drug is a safe drug. Okay, but if there is a damage in the like kidney structure, like in the cortical cells, in the nephron, in the bones, or in liver also, if you see any sinusoid, any swelling. Okay, like pancreas, if there is a destruction of beta cell and there is a more generation of alpha cell. Okay, in heart you will see again, if there is a rupture of walls or any kind of major changes, if you identify in the histopathology, then you will not consider that dose safer dose until unless there is a no death. Okay, if there is a no LD50 but there is a major destruction in the vital organ, you will not go for that particular dose. Okay, this is what subacute. Okay, then you will have the chronic. Okay, chronic toxicity, the same parameter is like the subacute. Okay, like LD50, all salivation, lacrimation, everything you will go for that, but it will be having the for the longer duration of dosing. Like longer duration you can say up to a 90 days, because what will happen, like certain disorder, like diabetes, blood pressure, CHF, myocardial, angina pectoris, for all these disorder, what you will require, you require long term treatment. Okay, so for that long term treatment, if you are giving to any patient, you will also look for that there is no most appearing side effect. Okay, because what will happen if the longer duration of any kind of drug, if they may lead to the adverse effect to the other organ, so it may again lead to the comorbid conditions. Okay, comorbid condition, nothing but you have already one disease, and then you are getting more and more, like if you have blood pressure, like sometime what will happen due to the adverse effect of some of the drug of for use of the blood pressure, you may get some of the disease related to the renal, and sometime you may get the disease related to the heart. Okay, therefore you always look for the chronic toxicity study also, that for longer duration of drug, it also should show the safety and efficacy parameter. Okay, this is why we'll go for the all these three studies. Okay, so there is again one more difference will come, like when you are going for toxicity for the herbal formulation or any ayurvedic, like you can say single plant, okay, polyherbal, any kind of nutraceutical, any kind of manganese, zinc, anything. Okay, for that thing what you will go, you will there is a certain prescribed guidelines will be there. Okay, which will see next. Okay, once we'll proceed toward this chapter. Okay, so in that what you will see. Okay, so in that you will identify that for this polyherbal and all those things, you will go directly, because in this condition what will happen, as we know, like for the herbal formulation, they are associated with adverse effect, but less adverse effect when compared to the allopathy medicine. Okay, so therefore we'll go for dosing directly to the higher doses. Okay, for the toxicity study. But in case of allopathy or any synthetic formulation, we'll always start with the minimum. Okay, minimum dose. Okay, because we don't know, like synthetic drug may be very toxic at very low dose also, and sometimes some synthetic dose are very toxic at the certain level or higher dose also. Okay, so therefore when you are going for the any toxicity study pertaining to the synthetic, you always need to start from the minimum. Okay, and when you are going for the herbal formulation, you can increase the dose. Okay, so I just want to ask you one thing, like it will be a mutual. Okay, like you can you need to also answer. If any doubt you have in between, you can ask me, stop me. Okay, you should not like simply going on. So I just need to ask you that when you see, think of that adverse effect and adverse reaction, what is the main difference between these two, adverse event and adverse effect? Please, anyone, what is the main difference between adverse effect and adverse reaction?
Reaction is between two compounds. Like we have given two drugs, and between that, whatever happened is the reaction, and what is the effect of the reaction is adverse effect.
Okay, good attempt, but not exactly correct. Anyone else?
Adverse event is occurs without any expectation during the treatment.
Mm-hmm. That's called.
Sir,
What is that called?
adverse event.
Okay, what is adverse effect? Okay, apart from
Ad-
like
adverse
everyone
reaction
can
is
participate. If your answer is wrong, right?
adverse reaction is
Sorry, your. Uh-huh.
adverse reaction is reaction which is not pharmacotherapy. It's not a treatment. It's reacting opposite
Uh-huh.
to the
Okay,
treatment.
no problem. Okay. Okay. You both have attempted, but like I'll tell you the exact. See, like I'll tell you with example. Okay. See, you know the some of the example like when you take tetracycline capsule, you should not drink milk, okay, because it may form the chelate complex, which you know already, right? Okay, if I'm taking tetracycline, I should not drink the milk, right? So this is what which the about the effect which you already know. Okay, might be, and sometime what will happen, you know, like after giving the penicillin injection you may have allergy to that particular penicillin injection at particular site on skin, okay, so you will not go for that thing. So this thing is known as adverse effect, okay, which you know about that thing. Okay, maybe I'm having this kind of food, I may be allergic to this food, I should avoid that thing, okay. So for the effect which you already know, you should avoid that thing, or that thing also known as adverse effect. And adverse reaction, like you guys told, the which will appearing immediately after consumption or anything, like after taking drug or after having food, you don't know about that particular compound of food material that are going to allergic, and suddenly some reaction will appear on your body. So that is known as adverse event, okay, or also called as adverse reactions, okay. This is the two main difference. So how you will identify whether you are having adverse reactions or not? You will see some of the responses, you know, that will response, like will response like flush, redness, or swelling on your skin, or itching thing will be there. That response will appear on your skin, okay. And sometimes some people, or like many of you guys will apply cosmetic, okay. So sometimes what will happen, some cosmetic are particularly irritant the some of the person's skin, so you may immediately develop some of the itching or will respond if you are the face, okay. This is what you known as adverse reaction, okay. So this is the main difference between adverse effect and adverse reaction, okay. And before I'll go next, this is a recurring meeting. If after 40 minutes it get over, you can join on the same link, okay. The next thing will come here, like why, and why you require this toxicity study, and why you are performing on the specific group of animal only, okay. See, as you know, like recently you heard about the many of new drugs for COVID-19, okay. See, you heard from the okay. And recently, like 2 days before, Baba Ramdev Patanjali, they claimed it their drug, okay. So what is the main difference come between this? See, one got approved, one didn't got approval, okay. See, February got approval from the DGCI, okay. And that Coronil didn't get the approval because that Febiflu having their data pertaining to the toxicity study or whatever clinical trial they have performed, but Coronil are not like for Patanjali, they do not have the substituents data for the claiming that this drug is having the potency to cure the COVID-19, okay. So this is why always whenever any new molecule, suppose you can say, like for example, you also heard about the dexamethasone from UK, they have launched. See, dexamethasone is well-known drug from the older times, okay. It is a steroid, it will be used, okay. But why it is like when it comes for the COVID-19, so what will happen? See, you always need to make difference between the two things. See, one is the new molecule for anything, and one molecule which would be used for the emergency situation. See, like COVID-19 is a pandemic situation, okay. So in a pandemic situation, you will not wait for a 25 years to launch a new molecule, okay. See, whenever any new molecule will synthesize or derivative of any new molecule will come into the market, it will take minimum 20 to 25 years, because it will be not like you have synthesized today and tomorrow you are going to launch into the market. It is a whole lengthier process, time consuming process, costlier process, okay. So but when situation like this pandemic, so what they will do, they will try to find out the drug which are already into the market. Okay, see, Febiflu is not a new drug. Okay, it is already marketed drug. Is other name is Levipir. Okay, so why they initiated immediately into the Indian market, because they have already subsequent data. Okay, so for any new molecule, like you for example any disease you can take, for example Alzheimer disease you can take. Okay, so for Alzheimer disease, if you want to make up one drug, okay, so when you initiate the synthesis of any new molecule from zero at day, so you will not only synthesize only one molecule, you will synthesize plenty of molecule, like thousands of molecule. Okay, once you will synthesize these thousands of molecule, then you will do its chemistry part, like characterization, NMR, IR, mass, molecular weight, structure, elucidation, all those things you will perform. Okay, once all these things will be done, then it will come for the preclinical evaluation. Preclinical evaluation, nothing but you will go for the toxicity study. Okay, so in that toxicity study, what your main aim is that you need to identify that which molecule is safest molecule among the all thousands of molecule. Okay, suppose you have synthesized 20 to 30,000 molecule, you will at the end of preclinical study only 5 to 6,000 molecule you can say safest molecule. Okay, it is not like that only all 30,000 molecule will be safe. Okay, from there you will segregate near about 20 to 25,000 molecules apart from for the further study. Okay, so in that preclinical study mostly we'll go for the albino Swiss mice. Okay, and specially we'll go for the female species. Why we go for the female species? Because there will be a most of the hormonal changes. Okay, therefore we'll always choose the this Swiss albino mice, and weight range between the 18 to 25 gram. Okay, this you should remember. Okay, and the second thing, always whenever we perform the any kind of animal study or toxicity study, we should have minimum number of animal are 6 animal in a particular group. Why 6 animal? Because when you are going for the this LD50, lethal dose 50, so you need to identify. See, if you keep 3 animal, okay, so how you will identify LD50? You cannot think of 1.5 animal should die, right? One animal die, one half animal should be paralyzed. It should not be like this. Okay, so you should keep minimum 6. If there is a 50% death, like 3 animal death, then you consider that other dose is toxic. But the same time, like if it's animal, like 2 animals are getting death, so you can consider as a safe dose. Okay, these are the basic thing you always need to remember. Okay, and earlier I have told you, like
Excuse me, sir.
whenever you will start huh?
Excuse me, sir. So some of them are in waiting room, sir.
Bolo. Sorry,
Some of them are in waiting room.
in waiting room.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not getting anything.
We have to accept there.
Nana, I know I have to accept that, but I'm not getting that
Like
waiting room thing.
like Elen Chizen, Harshita, they are texting me from that time.
No, I can understand, but the thing is
Like
that, see, when I'm going to, like, when you guys join na, that time
mhm.
also it's showing that some persons are waiting in a waiting room. So I admitted you all, but here they are not showing they are in waiting room. Therefore, I'm telling you.
They send me the please wait, the meeting host will let you in soon, like that, sir.
No, dear, like I'm not getting any message.
Okay, okay, sir.
Therefore, otherwise, like I'm seeing the 23 participants, and now there is nothing is showing that some are waiting. Okay, you do one thing, Sandeep. Like if they are waiting now, so you tell them, okay, like in 3 minutes we are again going to start meeting. Okay, so that time they can join. Okay, Sandeep.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So that's what we are discussing about. So for all these guidelines, now we come to the like this was whatever I introduce you. It is a just basic description of the toxicity study. Okay. So now we come to this OECD. See, OECD is one of the body. Okay, it is an organization which will be let down this all guidelines, like how you need to proceed toxicity study, what should be the criteria. Okay, so all these things will be the guidelines and procedure requirement, or for what kind of chemical, which kind of study you are doing. So all these things will be elicited by this OECD. Okay, you have to remember this. Okay, and you have to remember this full form also: Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Okay. See, when we come for this toxicity study, so you know various dosage forms are available, right? You have oral dosage form, parenteral, topical, dermal, uh, suppository routes, okay, pulmonary route, inhalation, okay. So all different routes are there, okay. So it will be not considered same guidelines for each kind of route, okay. There will be a different guidelines for all kind of route of administration, okay. Like you have guidelines 420, 425, 410, okay. So all will be a different guideline for different kind of route of drug administration, okay. So you have to be specific with each kind of guideline, okay. You should not think that only one guideline will be a helpful, okay. So, like when we come for this, especially for oral toxicity study, okay. So, in oral toxicity study, what we have OECD guidelines 420, 425, 421. Okay, so all these three guidelines are having the different procedure. What we say them step down procedure, okay, up and down procedure, okay. So this is what difference they will make here in this studies, like route, like procedure, okay. See, in some time what will happen, you might you have studied about the clinical trial, types of clinical trial. No,
No, sir.
no, right? So in that what will happen, you have one of the study like crossover studies, okay. In crossover study, what you will go for that, in one day one animal will receive higher dose, and the same time other animal will receive lower dose, okay. In next day, the animal who receive the lower dose, that animal will receive the higher dose, and the animal who receive the higher dose, that animal will receive the lower dose, okay. This is what make a difference here also in the all different procedure, like step down and up and down procedure, okay. See, there will be a minimum whenever you want to start any kind of toxicity study, okay. Like especially for acute toxicity study, you have that acute toxicity study, means you can say from 5 mg, okay. It will be starts from the 5 mg, okay. 5 mg per kg body weight to the 3, okay. I was telling there, like when you start with the minimum dose, okay, 5 mg and all those things, you perform. Okay, see, there is a lot of connectivity issues going on. I really feel very bad. Okay, so like when you go for these doses, okay, like 5 mg and all those things, if you find out the safe and there will be no lethal dose, LD50. Ah, hello. So there will be an no LD50, then you will go for the next higher dose. Okay. See, suppose what will happen when you perform this acute toxicity study, that time you require a set of animals, means you require large number of animals. Like it will be not like only 6 animal or like 4. If you want to save the animal time, money and all those things, so for that what you can do, like once you have done the acute toxicity study for the animal at the dose of 5 mg per kg, okay, then you wait for 3 days. Okay, how many? 3 days you wait though, and you take your time until that animal will flush out that whole drug, whatever you have given the drug for the 5 mg per kg, how much dose you got, let it be flush. Okay, wait for 3 to 4 days. After that what you can do, you can use the same animal. Okay, you can use the same animal for the next dose, and next dose will be a 10 mg per kg. Okay, so one day 5 mg per kg. Okay, you have wait for 48 hours, you have seen there is a no LD50, then wait for again 4 days, then you go for 10 mg per kg. The same procedure you will proceed till the you find out the any LD50. Okay, see here only one drawback is there, you have to wait a lot. Okay, because if you don't want to expend more, or you don't want to sacrifice more animal life, then you have to wait for your time, because it could be a time consuming process. And if you have all those facility, or you should not wait for the thing, so what you can do, you can buy at a time 6 set of animal. Okay, in each set you have 6 animal in each set. Okay, so 6 set, and you can go for 5 mg to one set, next set 10 mg, other set 25 mg, like 50 mg and 100 mg. Okay, so at a time for 48 hours what you are observing, you are observing from 5 mg to the 100 mg per kg doses for the acute toxicity study. Okay, so in 48 hours you are going to finish with the 6 dose. If your all 6 dose will be found as a safe dose, there will be a no LD50, then wait for 3 days or 4 days, then you can go for 200 mg per kg to one set of animal, other set of animal you can go for 300 mg per kg, then 500 mg per kg, then 1000 mg per kg, and then 2000 mg per kg. Okay, to all 6 set of animal. Okay, once you have given, and after 48 hours if you find out, okay, if you find out LD50 between 1000 or 2000, suppose you find out LD50 in the 2000 mg per kg group of animal. Okay, so that time what you will do, in that particular time you will consider 1000 mg will be a safest dose, not 2000 mg, because in 2000 mg per kg you find out the LD50 or toxicity. Okay, therefore you will consider the 1000 mg per kg is the safest dose. Okay, this is what you will identify in the acute toxicity study. Okay, then if you are going for the subacute toxicity study, okay, there if you don't want to waste your so much time, because there will be a 28-day study, if you go for like this it will be a very time consuming. So what you can do there you can identify that 20 like 1000 mg which is the safest dose, so same dose you can perform for the subacute study, because you already identified that at particular 2000 mg you are finding that LD50 and 1000 mg is safe, so you can perform the subacute by using the 1000 mg per kg. Okay, the same time you can put one set of animal for chronic toxicity study for a 90 days with 1000 mg per kg dose. Okay, so you will have your result after a particular duration of years. Okay, this is what you will perform in this all three studies. Okay, acute, subacute, and chronic. If you don't want to waste your much of time, then you can go for this kind of procedure. Okay, the next thing will have, like suppose you have toxicity, if you want to perform toxicity study for some of the herbal, okay, or some of the topical preparation, okay, or some of the inhalation, then you have other guidelines. Okay, the procedure will remain the same, only difference will be there, that you have the some of the different parameter. Okay, like topical preparation, you will not go for the this salivation, lacrimation, diarrhea, and all those things. Okay, see, like suppose some of the drug which are having activity like wound healing activity, okay, like where you will make a incision outside of the animal skin. Okay, so there you will apply some of the your drug, okay, which you are claiming. So that time you will identify, or your procedure will be to identify the scar formation. Okay, or sometime what you will what you will see, if you are applying any skin ointment, you will look for that any kind of flush responses or will responses. Okay, if there will be a no any kind of will responses, then you can consider, okay, this drug will be not having any kind of allergy, and it is generating the again scar. Okay, like again recovering the skin, okay, from the any kind of burning or any sources. So that could be your safest dose. Okay, and sometime what you will have that inhalation, okay, like meter dose inhaler. Okay, so in the meter dose inhaler, as you guys know that whenever if you see any kind of inhaler, you see their dose, it will be in a mcg form, okay, microgram.